Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a little weapons mod overview of the new identified weapons and which mods and which weapons I think are actually worthwhile. So I'll just go over the ones that I've bought in so far, and then we'll go in and see if there's some of the ones that I haven't yet in the auction house, if there's any mods, because there's a few of them. Like, I'm really interested in that Virus spike thing for like the shaft and stuff. I just have not seen any of them posted. I have no idea what the mod does. But some of the ones I've been buying, and this is how I've kind of been hoarding them. I've been using the mail system, which I don't know if you guys want to copy and do the same thing. So what I'll do is I'll go and before I go out, I'll equip myself, and then I'll leave myself, like, this will be empty, and then you'll maybe have like 3 slots here, and then you can have an extra gun slot here. So you can either go in and get like a crap load of pistols and put all the pistols with all the mods that you want that you can find on the auction house in here, and you go in, you just find yourself a corner and you just drop them all. You make sure you insure them so they come back, and then it saves you a whole lot of space in your inventory. So like, here's some of the ones that I bought. The extremity pen on the SMG5 is pretty sweet. I mean, anything that adds pen is going to be like primo. So when you're looking for these weapons, you're looking for ones that have pen, damage, headshot, stuff like that. Those are going to be the most valuable and the hardest to get good mods on. So like this one, the downside is you do have to get these gold quality, so you're going to spend a little bit more money on the mods to get it of gold quality so that you can do this. But I mean, there's some really trash mods out there that you can put on there to get gold quality, or you could build them out nice. I mean, up to you. But if you're looking to activate this, you could throw on just some trash mods and get to gold. Not too hard. Um, so SMG5, I picked up. These extremity mods are good. The half body penetration on the AR-17, I feel like, is going to be a huge increase for this weapon, because this weapon was basically trash before. It was the cheapo version of the M4 that if you were poor, you had to run this. M4 was where it's at because it just has better damage, better overall stats. But now with the half body pen, this may be worth it because you get like the whole upper torso of the body. You can get extra body pen, and then if you grab an extra mod like damage or extra pen, or even headshot damage, like, this weapon's pretty sweet now. And then, the gold version is even better. So that's some of the stuff I've been picking up, but then I've got a bunch more down here. Don't you worry. I've been stockpiling. So for this one, DMR, I didn't see too many like good big mods, but you can get extra damage on them, and this weapon was severely lacking in the damage department. It's great on everything else, it does not hit very hard. But if you get like the projectile speed, that'll help you hit targets easier because the projectile will be faster. And then also, if you can grab any extra damage or headshot multipliers, stuff like that, that's a good find. Extra range, I mean, it probably helps, although I feel like the range on this gun is pretty good. But I guess if you're shooting really, really far, there's going to be some damage drop off, so having a little extra range will mitigate that somewhat. The stomp, I'm not sure about too many of the mods here for stomp, but grabbing extra pen on this, there's only one good mod for the stomp, and I have it up here, and it's the extra pen for torso. Yeah, torso pen. So if you get a torso pen, and if you can get an additional pen stat on it, you can get you can use a sniper scope that has torso damage on it. And I mean, if you can get torso and arm, it'll one shot, like, I think with an extra 5% on the weapon itself, either from this plus a little extra pen, and like a 13% or better torso scope, you will one tap T4s with this thing now, which is sweet. But I think you have to be using the gold ammo. I don't think you can do it with purple ammo, so it's going to be pricey. but I guess not as pricey as a pole. So this is going to be like a cheaper version of the pole, and you know it'll still carry the same amount of ammo as a pole. The upgrade for the pole is just that it's suppressed. I mean, you can get like down here, you can get the to where it suppresses it a little bit, I guess, with the silent engineering. But I mean, it's a stomp. I don't foresee you being like making stealthy shots just because of this mod. When you shoot it, people are gonna know where you're at. So I feel like this mod is kind of a waste. But extra headshot multiplier, I don't know. I don't know if I haven't tested out to see if that's actually worthwhile on this weapon, headshot multiplier, because I feel like it probably still won't one tap T5 heads, or maybe it will, or maybe it does already, and like this is just useless. I'm not sure. We need to do a little testing in another video with this weapon. I'm just going over some of my the better mods, like extra 5 pen right there. So you get a scope with a 13 torso and an arm on it, and this thing will one tap T4s with gold ammo. So perfect. The horizontal recoil on this thing, I don't know if this is going to be a worthwhile stat or not. It was on there. I just scooped it up because it was, you know, to try it out. We'll build this guy out and we'll see if it actually makes a difference or not in another video. I picked up a whole bunch more AR-17s. I was mostly looking for pen. If I could get a high pen stat, multiplier, or half body penetration. So these are the stats I'm looking for. Extra pen, extra range. Those are nice. Shotguns, like some of these mods are cool for the shotguns because you don't have a stock slot, so you can get like the light stock mod now, unlike the AA-12s, which is sweet. You can also get extra pen, extra range. Shotguns are very limited in range, so range is a huge stat, but pen is always, you know, where it's at. Also, the indoor gunshot exposure range muffler is pretty high, and I feel like it'll help. And if you really wanted to, you could put a, you know, the silence mod on your choke, and it might not be that loud if you had silence on your choke and also like a decent indoor muffler mod. You could actually have like somewhat quiet shotguns, which would be nice because I love to use shotguns, but they're not that stealthy, but I love to play stealthy, so, you know, there's no suppressors in this game that work for any of the shotguns, so it's pretty much my best bet for having quiet shotguns. The Hesta's already a good gun. Even just with 2 mods, this thing is awesome. I think where it really shines is when you put mods on it that give it increased fire rate. So you increase the fire rate, you really just drill people. And then you add some extra pen on top of that. Ooh, really nice. The Deluge, headshot damage. I mean, these things shred already in close range. Like, the extra headshot damage is just like, dang. Headshot, and if you can get pen on it, which I haven't been able to find, I don't think, too many good one of these yet. But I've found some good ones, like extra silent is cool, with a little extra pen and range and stuff. Extra dispersion, especially on these ones, because these ones, recoil and dispersion on these would be really good. Just because there's so much on these. And then you got like pistols. Increased range obviously is great on pistol because their range is not that great. But extra pen and you know, recoil's good. Dispersion on the Glocks, yeah, but on the other weapons, nah, doesn't really matter. So like on this one, I was using this one. I did it in some videos. It's pretty decent. You get some pen and some headshot multiplier, and you just go to town on people. It works pretty well. The new machine guns, I'm going to start using some machine guns here sooner. It's just, they're loud, and, you know, when you use a loud weapon, you have to move a lot, because people will pinpoint your location. So you shoot, you kill somebody, you have to move, like, fast. So people run towards gunfire. So these, like, this is a great one. Look at the 10% head mod with a 3% pen. Little increased range. That's pretty nice. I've got another half bod AR-17 pen right there. This mod right here, I have to test out. I'm not sure. So like when shooting continuously scatters minimized within the first 20 shots. So I guess as long as you fire under 20 rounds, like it minimizes the scatter of them, so you can kind of make this thing like a laser beam. Yeah, we're gonna test that guy out. I thought that mod was interesting. I just haven't played with it yet. So this could be an awesome mod. It could be really good, especially if you can get some pen on it. But yeah, we're gonna be playing with that. More pistols. I was just grabbing anything with high pen. You know, pen, recoil, reload speed. Those are good ones. The projectile range, like this is maybe one of the better mods for the stomp, because I feel like the projectile is kind of slow to start with. So if you can increase that and get pen, like I feel like that's a good combo. More pen, more range. See, I was looking for anything with like an S pen. Any S pens I find on there, I'm buying all of them, because it's the best there is. Pistols, like, see, I was going ham with some pistols. I was scooping up all the pistols. I'll use the 1911, like, unlike most people. It's kind of a subpar gun. Like, almost nobody runs it. It's kind of garbo. Most people don't even pick it up. As you saw, like, that one came back to me. So, people were just like, no. So, you bring in a Glock, though, that's kitted out, and people will just, they'll scoop these up. But I was grabbing anything with pen, multiplier. I like the indoor muffler mod, so having silent pistols is nice, because I run them sometimes as a silent option for taking out bots and stuff, as opposed to my shotgun. So those are kind of nice. Extra headshot, range, pen, you know. What else do I got? Do I got any more? No, I feel like that's all I've scooped up, and oh no, I got a few more 1911s that I stashed. Right here, headshot, pen, damage. Damage isn't as good as pen, and you don't get as high as the headshot damage, but like, you know, I'll take it if there's nothing else. So yeah, we're looking at some of that stuff. Some of the ones I'm interested in, like the... I feel like they could have made the shaft so much better with these if they'd add in like good pen stats and stuff. Because what this weapon is lacking is a muzzle slot where you get a lot of your extra damage from. So this weapon's kind of bleh, like damage and or increased fire rate. Like a muzzle slot is huge, but this thing lacks it. So I feel like they could have fixed it with. But look, they're giving you range, silent. It's already a silent weapon. What is this? Range, I guess, but no. ADS quickly, hard pass. I feel like ADS does not matter as much in this game as it does maybe in like Tarkov. Additional support, like extra recoil. This weapon already has like virtually no recoil, so the Vera spike is the only thing I'm interested in. I have no idea what it does because I haven't been able to find one on the market to look at it. So I guess if you're running this, like, you're probably just going for pen, and I don't know, if you can get those 1% pen, yeah, see, I haven't even found anything better than a B pen anyways on this, so I would not run these if I had a choice between these or literally any other weapon. The shaft, they could fix the shaft here with this system, but they just haven't yet. Scourge is already so good. Like, I guess explosive fire would be good. Maybe horizontal support if you're rapid firing it, but I usually don't. I usually use it as a sniper, not a primary. This thing, like, the extra stats and stuff with this thing, and the ability to add light stock on this thing makes this weapon like way more feasible. I would totally use this in a budget build, like, and we're probably going to do a couple of budget builds that I use this in. You could use it as a main weapon now with light stock. You could use it as a better sniper with explosive fire. I don't know why they put reduced dispersion. It's not an automatic weapon, so there's not that much to begin with. ADS quickly, I don't see it as a problem. You're mostly looking for pen, light stock, or explosive fire, I would say. Additional support, what does that even do? Recoil, it doesn't have that much recoil. Like, I have no problem with the recoil on this weapon, so I don't think that's really necessary. Lightning, I don't even use lightnings. These weapons are garbage, but maybe they're just too expensive. Like, I would use them if they weren't like, yeah, a mil each. So any weapon that's a mil each, like, most people don't run. So same thing with the MK14s for now. If this weapon comes down in price, though, because I mean, the marketplace has got a decent bit of them on there. It's just everybody's asking way too much for them. But here, probably between now and the next patch, these will become pretty prevalent. They'll be just like because you could see like the pole and the PKM started out that way as well, and then now look at them. Like 2 seasons later, they're common as dirt. You can get them under 5K now. So, what else? But I mean, super cool weapon. I can't wait to play a lot with it. I'll play with it more when it doesn't cost a mil each. The MP5, like the extremity pen, is huge for this gun. This gun was already like top tier, so like having that and extra damage just makes it even better. Same thing with blast damage in this thing with headshot and pen and stuff. This thing was already a face eater with decent mods. Like now it's even better. Same thing with the Hesta, extra pen on the Hesta with quick reload. I probably wouldn't dismiss that if in combat, because this weapon does take a while to reload. If you had like a fast reload on it, that could be really helpful. But it looks like there's only blue because, you know, the other downside is like some of these weapons that only have like 2 mods on them, you can't get them up to like purple or better quality, so they can only offer you like the stage 1 variant of the thing, so that kind of sucks. I feel like they need to fix that somehow. Like, there's got to be a way. Maybe there is a way to like turn it purple or something. Maybe they just need to alter the color shades, like when you add like 3-tier mods or something like that, so you can actually get it to like purple or gold and add the tiered mods. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Sniper rifles, like extra extremity pen with this thing is sweet. This thing, like, if you could get somebody like running, I used to build these to like stop people, like leg shoot them, you know, leg meta with these. But now with the extremity pen, this is way more viable as well. You can just put on leg pen and necrotic ammo, and slow the crap out of people, and tap them with this sucker. Just shoot them in the limbs. I feel like the reinforced bolts for the bolt weapon is huge. This thing, like, you might, with a good mod, you might be able to primary this thing now with the increased bolt speed, because it pretty much 2-tapped before. So the downside was how long it took to pull that bolt back and chamber another round. So with this mod, it might be way more feasible to run this as a budget, just 2-tapper. Especially being able to get extra pen or extra headshot damage. This weapon really shined with headshot, but maybe with extra pen, you might be able to get it to 1-tap, maybe T3s, which would be awesome. So the average Joe, like, you could just put one in his chest and he'd be dead. I don't know. We'll test that theory. We'll see if I can get a torso pen high enough on it. The problem is now scopes are so expensive. So even if the weapon is cheap and inexpensive, like getting the mods you need for the attachments becomes really expensive, and it's still not feasible. So that's the problem with it. Body pen. All day long body pen on this weapon. Worst case scenario, explosive fire. And I guess you could do deep damage, like, because it doesn't have a muzzle slot. Being able to reduce their healing after you tap them with this sucker might give you the chance to get that second. I doubt it though. Like, usually it's not a factor. You either get it or you don't. They get behind cover, and even with deep damage, I've found that like most people carry enough meds now that they'll get their health back up, and they're not going to peak again, especially at a range like this. Once they get behind cover, it doesn't matter how long it takes them to heal up because they can just stay there. And then your only other option is to push on them, which puts you at a disadvantage because they're camping. And that's the downside of like the third player aspect of these types of games, is that without peeking around corners, without having to peek, you can just see around corners, so you can just sit there and wait for them to come at you and then catch them completely off guard. So you have kind of an unfair advantage as a camper on third person view in games like this. So like your best bet is always to wait them out, be like, no, you push me, I'm not going to push you, because when you're pushing, you're at a disadvantage. Unless you're playing the first person mode, which almost nobody does, and it's only open for a short period of time, so you know. Other than that, shotguns, I wish there was more shotguns on the thing. I really hate how they didn't give this any extra mods. They're just like, nah. And I can't even find like pen and damage on these. I'm kind of irritated because I like this little pump shotgun, and like there's no good ones on the market. But the A12 has always been a primo, and now you can get light stock on it. You can increase the dispersion, diffuse damage. I don't even know what that one does. Haven't seen it. But you have reduced dispersion or precise dispersion, which those are cool mods. We're going to play around with those. Pistols, they didn't give these. The only one that got stuff is I think the Glock again. What's going on here? Squeeze me? Alright, something bugged with that one right now. Should I go back to it? Yep. I think that's bugged. That is unfortunate. Alright. So I can't show you those. It'd be cool if they added some new melee weapons, you know, like other than the baton. Put in like a machete or something, you know, just for the heck of it. I mean, going melee is risky AF anyways in this game, but like, I mean, give me some more options. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you for the weapon mods. I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that I'm rocking, some of the mods I think are worthwhile, some of the ones I'd like to see. Maybe some changes that would be really nice. And that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.